Paris Fashion Week has always been a stage for elegance, innovation, and genuine star power. But this year, amid the glamour and artistry, there was one appearance that reeked not of sophistication, but of sheer opportunism. Meghan Markle's sudden, attention-grabbing visit to Paris has once again proven that her true craft isn't diplomacy, acting, or even philanthropy, it's relentless self-promotion. Sky News commentator Samara Gill summed it up with biting accuracy, saying Meghan looked like a toilet roll as she attended the show. Harsh? Perhaps. But it perfectly captures the awkward spectacle of someone who, despite years of calculated image building, still seems out of place when she tries to force herself into spaces she doesn't naturally belong. Meghan wasn't there to celebrate fashion, she was there to hijack the spotlight. This wasn't the quiet, dignified presence of someone comfortable in their status. This was the theatrical entrance of a woman desperate to claw her way back into the global conversation. And Paris, with its international cameras and glamorous backdrop, provided the perfect stage for a performance that was as transparent as it was unsubtle. Let's be honest, Meghan Markle has built an empire out of victimhood. She has transformed grievances into a global brand, monetizing personal disputes and positioning herself as the eternal underdog. But that act wears thin when it's constantly paired with red carpets, private jets, and carefully orchestrated appearances at elite events. You can't claim oppression on Monday and bask in couture under the Parisian lights on Thursday without expecting people to notice the hypocrisy. This visit wasn't about fashion. It wasn't about culture. It was a strategic PR maneuver, a desperate and craven attempt to grab the limelight, as Gill aptly put it. Meghan knows the royal mystique has faded. Her and Harry's media ventures have sputtered, their Spotify deal collapsed, and their Hollywood ambitions haven't yielded the blockbuster influence they once imagined. So what does she do? She inserts herself into a global event that guarantees coverage, hoping proximity to glamour will somehow translate into relevance. But there's a growing problem for Meghan: the public can tell when someone's forcing it. Paris Fashion Week attracts women who set trends, not those who chase them. Meghan's sudden appearance didn't read like a natural evolution of her global humanitarian meet-style icon persona. It read like someone desperately trying to remind the world she still exists in the same orbit as real power players. And the result was as uncomfortable as it was calculated. This isn't the first time she's tried to leverage big moments for personal gain. From high-profile interviews that cast her as the eternal victim to public appearances conveniently timed around royal events, Meghan has mastered the art of piggybacking on established platforms to keep her name in the headlines. Her Paris visit was just another chapter in the same playbook: show up, create buzz, position herself as the star of a narrative she didn't build. The irony is that Meghan once claimed she left royal life to escape the constant scrutiny and the superficiality of public appearances. Yet here she is, willingly throwing herself back into the spotlight, not in the service of meaningful causes, but to bask in borrowed glamour. It's the classic Markle contradiction: denounce the system, then exploit it the moment it suits her. What makes this episode particularly revealing is the lack of authenticity. True fashion icons attend Paris Fashion Week because they belong there through influence, artistry, or genuine relevance. Meghan's presence felt like an interruption, not an addition. She wasn't setting the agenda, she was desperately trying to squeeze herself into it. And when someone's entire public image is built on curated perfection, any whiff of desperation stands out like a sore thumb. Calling her opportunistic isn't an insult, it's a factual observation. Meghan has consistently chosen high-visibility moments to insert herself into conversations she wasn't invited to. Her Paris appearance wasn't about celebrating designers or supporting friends, it was about ensuring that she remained the headline. And in doing so, she reminded the world exactly why her critics are so persistent: because her every move screams calculation over substance. This is a woman who has spent years crafting a narrative of being wronged, overlooked, and silenced. Yet when given the choice to retreat and focus on quiet impact, she instead leaps back into the brightest possible spotlight, wearing outfits that demand commentary, making appearances that guarantee headlines, and positioning herself not as a participant but as the main event. The contradiction is staggering. Paris Fashion Week exposed more than just fabric and trends. It exposed Meghan's persistent craving for relevance in a world that has largely moved on. She no longer holds the mystique of a royal outsider nor the credibility of a serious philanthropist. What remains is a woman who, when the spotlight starts to fade, will do whatever it takes to drag it back in her direction, even if it means becoming the butt of the joke. Samara Gill's toilet roll remark may sound biting, but it struck a nerve because it captured the essence of the moment, a woman wrapped in layers of artifice, trying to project elegance but revealing desperation instead. It wasn't the fashion that made headlines, it was the transparent opportunism.